All right, so we're on to the AlleyOOP 10x17 safety enclosure box. We open it up and we'll go through the parts here. We've got some tools here, a hex wrench, Allen wrench, some spare parts in here. You probably won't need them, but they're here just in case. We've got the 7 and 10 foot bungees in here, 2 apiece. That is for, we'll go around the net in the rails at the time of install. We've got the straps. Also, it'll go around the net in the frame. That'll be towards the end of the install. And then we've got the bolts here that will connect the poles to the frame. Here we've got the safety enclosure in here. We've got the sleeves for the poles. We've got the cap for the pole. And then back here we've got all the poles. You'll see that there's some foam, long pieces of foam, short pieces of foam. So here's obviously the long and the short. These aren't just for packing, you'll actually need them for the install. And we'll put together one of these poles, but what I like to do before the install is just pre-assemble all 8 poles, so when I start on the trampoline, these are good to go once you get started. So here, you'll see the bottom section of one of the poles here. It has this button right here, and then a couple holes down below here. So what you want to do is connect the top pole, which has one hole at the bottom, and then a hole at the top here with this, this groove at the top of the pole, and that'll be for the cap to slide down in once we get to that point here. So what I like to do is connect it, make sure that's sticking out, and then I like to put a long foam piece followed by the short foam piece on here. And then I'll get one of the sleeves ready. This will go over the top, and kind of a trick to get these on a little bit easier is you can blow through them to help someone inflate them. So when they do go over the pole, it's easier for them to slide down. Okay, after you have that done, I'd like to slide this foam piece up over the top of the pole, and then take the wide bottom side of the sleeve, put it up top here, and what I like to do is just hold on to that piece of foam so it doesn't slide down. Bring the bottom one up, do the same thing. And come back around to the top here, and then bring that down like that. And you want to make sure the foam's all the way up top here. So if you pull down on the sleeve and push up with your fingers on the foam, that'll get it to where you need it to be. All right, now we'll move to the poles. With the side rail here, we've got to drop the poles in between the frame. Once that's done, grab your hardware. We've got a washer on each of the ends here. Insert those through the holes. Grab the black spacers. And then put those on the end of the bolt here. Raise it up. And then insert it through the hole there. Hold on tight here so it doesn't fall back on you. And then grab a lock nut and a washer, and then put that on the end of the bolt. Hand tighten that up. Same thing with the bottom here. And then the trampoline comes with an Allen wrench and a hex wrench. What I prefer to use is the Allen wrench they give you, and then a 1/2-inch socket here on a drill. Can hold this side of the bolt with the Allen wrench, and from the back side here, tighten it up with that 1/2-inch socket. After that's tightened up, we'll put these rubber black acorns on the end of the bolt. Just like the rest of the poles here, basketball hoop goes on the same way, except it's recommended that it goes on one of the ends. I like to make sure the pole's straight before tightening this bottom one. After it's tightened up, put the rubber acorns on the end of the bolt.